Mahatma Gandhi, father of India, founder of peaceful nonviolence, concerned about creating a nation, concerned about keeping his Muslim and Hindu neighbors from bloodshed. In the middle of that, Mahatma Gandhi said, "I vow to help my adversary avoid all suffering." I vow to help my adversary avoid all suffering. When I read this quote, it was beyond my understanding. Bare attention opened up my heart to what my mind would never understand. I crossed the YMCA parking lot after a yoga class and spotted the tail light of my car. I hurried toward the Honda's familiar outline, my achy back anticipating the lumbar support in the driver's seat. Then my bumper sticker came into view. Obama 2008. For 10 years, those words on the back of my car had made me smile. This time when I saw them, just last fall, I winced, planted my feet, puffed my chest, and straightened my spine to its full 5'3", ready to protect the world from my bumper sticker. I felt aggression coming from Obama 2008. I was seeing those words for the first time through the lens of bare attention. Attention bare of judgment, bare of commentary, bare of decisions. Over the years, I have practiced bare attention to find clarity both on and off the cushion. Off the cushion, disagreement with my husband, I walk away calmly, throw myself on the bed, and focus on the angry knot in my stomach. Recognize my judgment that my husband is wrong. Recognize my commentary about why he's wrong. Recognize my decision to give him the silent treatment until he admits he's wrong. Eventually, refocusing my attention on that knot in my gut, the thoughts in my head are silenced. It becomes clear, nobody's wrong. I am centered. But I didn't go looking for clarity when I spotted my bumper sticker. I walked into that present moment, visceral, physical, feeling like I'd bumped into a wall. That was accidental bare attention. It was clear the bumper sticker had fulfilled its purpose to provoke a reaction, a nod of validation from my tribe, a wince of irritation from anybody who disagreed with us. It was a poke. I was shocked to realize my unconscious intention, horrified to find myself on the receiving end of the poke. Before this moment, I responded to other people's bumper stickers the same, with judgments, commentaries, followed by decisions. If you sported a bumper sticker proclaiming your Second Amendment right to own a gun, according to my story, you wanted the right to point that thing at me. If your bumper sticker said, "We need gun control," I argued, hold on a minute. My dad owned rifles. His weekend hunting was the only way we ate meat. Is your bumper pro-choice? Well, if you'd ever had an abortion, you'd never choose one. Pro-life? I doubted the driver of that car would take care of all those babies. Coexist? Impossible. While most bumper stickers triggered an impulse to argue, a few set off a decision to drive away as fast as possible. Confederate and Nazi symbols transformed any vehicle into a mud-spattered pickup driven by a sheet-wearing stormtrooper, and the driver would lash me to the trailer hitch, drag me down a dirt road, and toss my broken body into a ditch. The last sound to reach my consciousness would be the N-word. City streets turned into battlefields. Opinions, including mine, exploding like grenades. Whether the political message in the next lane scared the bejeebers out of me or made me want to argue, it was all about taking sides. Obama, 2008, us against them. Gandhi said, "I vow to help my adversary avoid all suffering." Let me take you back to the presidential election of 2008. Barack Obama versus John McCain. I was a political junkie that year. I watched both conventions on television. First, the Democrats, party bigwigs, praised themselves and poked fun at the Republicans. I agreed when they recounted the failures of the current GOP administration. I yelled my approval at their proposals for whipping the government back into shape. Television cameras panned the audience. Conventioneers hooted and stabbed the air with cardboard signs. We were Democrats, and we knew what the country needed, by God. The Republicans gathered a week later. I tuned in to see what the other side was plotting. When they poked fun at the Democrats, they went too far. I shook my head as they listed the so-called mistakes of previous Democratic administrations. They said, we who fell for liberal media bias were gullible. No way. We Dems possessed well-researched facts. Those Republicans held misguided opinions. Television cameras panned the audience. Conventioneers hooted and stabbed the air with cardboard signs. They looked so sure of themselves. It didn't make sense. The conviction I felt as a liberal was shining through their conservative eyes. My left-wing self-assurance echoed in the cheers of a right-wing mob. my conviction, my self-assurance. They were expressing my emotions. Was I feeling theirs? I sank back into my couch, about to receive an even worse dose of accidental bare attention. Another speaker was introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Vice President of the United States, Sarah Palin. As I watched in the wings, Sarah Palin stood and took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She shook her hands as though shaking off water, probably stage fright. And as I watched from my couch, my stomach churned. My knees weakened. My palms sweated. Why was I feeling stage fright too? Sarah strode from behind those curtains, and the hall erupted in an ear-splitting ovation. My confidence swelled. The crowd shouted, "Sarah! Sarah! Sarah!" And I heard, "Dawn! Dawn! Dawn!" Sarah click-clacked across the stage in her high heels, waving and grinning, throwing kisses. And with each step she advanced, the stage floor pounded against the soles of my feet. She took her place at the lectern to read her speech. She and I had prepared for this moment. I, did not step on our applause lines. She delivered our zingers with the timing of Sarah Silverman. Her final, "God bless America," set off another ovation, and new signs appeared. Palin power, hockey moms for Palin. The crowd roared, the ceiling parted, balloons dropped. My chest puffed up with pride. I was on fire. I was working that crowd. She winked into the camera, and I saw myself reflected in the television screen. Sarah Palin was a hard-nosed, brash politician from the right wing, the far right wing of the Republican Party. I was an introverted spiritual speaker. No, I wasn't. I was an introverted spiritual seeker, Victor. I was somewhere to the left of socialism. Yet I became this woman. The physical space between us collapsed, and a singular humanity replaced the conceit there had ever been two of us. Gandhi said, "I vow to help my adversary avoid all suffering. Without your judgments, your commentary, and your decisions, who is the adversary?" Back in the YMCA parking lot in 2018, physical space collapsed again. These eyeballs saw, and this heart felt my Obama bumper sticker from inside somebody else's skin. I tried to ignore the feeling. For days, as I ran errands around town, a vague sadness hung over me. On the way out of the grocery store, I absent-mindedly banged the shopping cart into its corral, and the other ones clanged in protest. The big glass doors shushed open, and I walked through with my bag and crossed the parking lot. When I saw the back end of my car, I heaved a sigh. The Obama bumper sticker no longer spoke my truth. I no longer wanted to provoke reactions. I didn't need to seek the approval of a tribe. I didn't need to poke at the people who disagreed with me. I wanted to spread peace, but I had weaponized my car. I looked around to see if anyone was watching, set the bag on the ground, and then kneeled right there in the parking lot. One hand on the trunk lid, the other on the bumper. Gravel ground into my knees. The jar of spaghetti sauce threatened to escape the grocery sack. This was crazy. It would have been more convenient to wait, to do it at home, in private. I couldn't wait. The bumper sticker had been on there for over 10 years, so I expected to scrape and peel and rip with my fingernails. But President Obama came off in one smooth tug, as easily as a Post-it note. I swallowed a lump in my throat. I was peeling away a version of myself that no longer fit. Underneath the bumper sticker, there was a long, ugly white scratch on the black paint where I had closed the garage door before the car was already in, all the way in. That was embarrassing. That scratch was going to show again. When you take off your armor, your soft underbelly is exposed with all its wounds and scars. I set the decal on the front seat, intending to give it a new home on the refrigerator. But the darn thing curled up around itself and stuck together in a wad that I could not unstick. Accidental bare attention had destroyed Dawn 2008 political junkie, and I could not get her back. I vow to help my adversary avoid all suffering. Woven into human life, there is suffering. Children starve. Workers get fired. Innocent bystanders are wounded, injured by my opinions. In an instant of bare attention, your criticisms, stories, decisions, and judgments will abandon you. Your heart will leap into your neighbor's skin, and you will find yourself doing something irrational. You will help your adversary avoid all suffering.